My name is Favor. I am a private school teacher, a graduate. I thank God for making today a reality. That is what we have been hoping for. But today election is giving me a problem. My heart is beating because of what people are doing at the polling booth. I'm from Ekiti-Based, Naija 8001 polling booth. What people are doing it's not good enough. People carried money because they want to buy their votes. But I told them I cannot sell my votes, but I want to vote for my conscience, because your conscience will linger forever. The person that you didn't vote for and you went ahead to the other party, you collect money. Such a person is deceiving him or herself. But at this rate of our polling booth, I don't know for other, but what I'm witnessing today is not comfort in our polling booth here. And all these observers they brought for us is like they are not fair enough for this election. Yes, I can say it can go like they are not fair enough, because most of them they are one side party, and which it shouldn't be. We are one Nigeria. We are good. We call ourselves a good citizen. We should not be partial in voting for the person that you want to vote for. Showing ballot paper to the other people so that people will go there and collect money. They give them 15,000 naira. But can 50,000 feed a family for the whole 4 years? Which is not. It's uncalled for. But I'm calling on our government to look to it. It is not good. During the election, they should not bring money. They should not bring bags of money to the polling youths to buy the hearts of the voters. Because my vote is my right. I voted for my conscience, and I pray my aspirants, in which I believe he will win the election by God's grace. Thank you so much.
Hello everyone. You just watched that video of that lady who talked about election buying, and how she was not going to sell her own vote and stuff like that. Kudos to her. Amazing. We also have Isaac Fayose. He rewards Ekiti-Based woman who rejected APC's 15,000 offer to sell her vote with 1 million naira. And I've also seen quite a number of people who have given that woman several gifts, and I tell you, she's very deserving of those gifts. It reminds me of I think it was 2022 or 2020 when Soludo's vote, you understand, during the time that there was that election. I think it was the first election that they did, where some woman in Anambra State refused to collect bribe, refused to sell her own vote, and they stood up, and there were quite a number of people who did give them some gifts for that. I've also seen quite a number of people also sending money to this lady. Let me just look at what Parallel Fact is reporting here. It says Nigerian public affairs commentator Isaac Fayose has rewarded an Ekiti woman with 1 million naira after she rejected 15,000 naira from the All Progressive Congress APC to sell her vote during the recent governorship election in the state. Fayose announced the cash reward on his Facebook after a video of the woman explaining why she refused the alleged vote buying offer circulated on social media. According to the woman, she declined the money despite her financial challenges, insisting that her vote and conscience were not for sale. Commending her decision, Fayose described the woman as a symbol of integrity and courage, saying her action demonstrated that Nigerians could resist electoral inducement and help strengthen democracy. He said 1 million naira reward was intended to encourage honesty and inspire other citizens to reject vote buying during elections, regardless of the financial incentive offer. Vote buying remained one of the major issues raised by election observers during the Ekiti governorship election, with several domestic and international observer groups calling for stricter enforcement of Nigeria's electoral laws to deter electoral malpractice. Like, for me, like I've always said, you understand, vote buying is not even really our problem. Because and the way people say that, oh, Nigerians, if Nigerians truly wanted to be selling their votes on election day, polling units to be filled up. If you see on election day, polling units are not filled up. The biggest problem that we have, it is the rigging and the violence. Because one, when people feel, are they safe? That's one of the things that keeps them away. And the moment people don't come to the polling unit, It's the incumbent is what you're already giving your vote for. Not voting is also voting, because by not voting, somebody is already getting a advantage. And so, and even when you look at selling of vote, there are people that will say, no, we are not selling our vote. You've seen that. You see, there's also a video of some young women who came out to berate a woman who came to be talking about 5, 15, by 15, whatever. For me, I've always talked about the fact that, vote buying should be decriminalized. That's not the main issue that we have. If people want to sell their vote, that's their own business. But we must ensure that no rigging. We must ensure that there's no violence. These two things, rigging in the sense that somebody gets a 30 votes, they will put one at the back and make it 301, or put one in the middle and make it 310, or put one in front and make it 130. That is where the biggest problem we have, because that is the rigging that really keeps many people away. Because to not feel that what's the essence of voting when our votes won't count? That's what a lot of people, do say. But we'll make our vote count. It's all about one person standing, having the audacity and the courage to say, no, we are not going to allow any harmness to happen, in things like this. And you see this woman, kudos to her, well done to her. When you look at all of this, most time it's not poverty. It's about integrity. It's about character. What kind of character do you have? There are people who probably even have more than that 15,000 at home, but quite a longer throat. We make them to go and be selling their conscience, selling their everything for that, a particular amount. And there are people who, even when they don't have anything, even when they are on the verge of a lot of things, they would rather say no. They are not going to, they are not going to sell their votes or their conscience for stuff like this. So I think it's very critical for all of us to continue to emphasize these things, and don't be discouraged. Forget the fact they say they are buying. How many people's votes can they buy? There are many people's votes that they cannot buy. It's not that those people, they don't feel encouraged to come to the polling unit. This time, let's come, let's stand. Let's mitigate that violence. If people want to do violence, they don't have two heads. They are part of our society, part of our IDC. Mama, this person, talk to your pikin. If you can't do A, B, C, and D for so please, your body too go hear am. All of us go gather hear am, because this monopoly of violence, no be say some people know how to do violence more than others. It's just that the right thing to do, be law abiding, be humane, are the reasons why a lot of things people are not doing them. It's not that they don't know how to do all of those things that these politicians think that they have monopoly of. But as we go into the election, we're going to be seeing more and more. I would just like to say to every one of us, let's focus on the things that we can do. We can say no to election buying. We can say no to rigging. We can say no to the wrong things being there. We can say yes to campaigning, bringing in people that are going to vote for our candidates and ensure that those votes count. Those are the things. Let us not stay away and say we are not going to participate, because at the end of the day, election is the most, important activity in your life, whether you like it, every 4 years, because that's where the people who are going to make policies that affect your lives are going to come from. When they say that thing that after God is government, they are really saying it too. Whatever it is that you think you're doing, I'm going to focus on my business, I'm not going to do party. Government can decide that your business is no longer business. So it can make it an illegal business, and that's it. It will just stand like that. So the best thing, let us all put our hands together. And for this woman, God bless you.